Executive action from the governor of California in an attempt to deal with the homeless crisis up and down the state. Today, Governor Gavin Newsom announced a $1 billion budget proposal for a new homeless fund, which would provide mental health services as well as emergency housing.
Yeah, that said, a lot of people are applauding the effort while others are questioning if the money will really be spent on what it's supposed to be used for. Fox 40's Doug Johnson joining us live in Sacramento with what critics and supporters are saying about that tonight. Doug.
Eric and Nikki, the governor would actually like to see this money go up to $1.4 billion by the year 2022. Some say this is exactly what the state needs to curb its overgrowing homeless problem, but others say that this might just be the governor throwing money at a problem that doesn't have an easy solution. Governor Gavin Newsom tackling one of the state's biggest problems, homelessness. Today, he issued an executive order, which is threefold. It creates the new $1 billion California Access to Housing and Services Fund, including $750 million for investments to reform Medi-Cal for behavioral health. It asks state agencies to find properties which can be used to increase housing and shelters by the end of the month. And it's making 100 camper trailers available with crisis response teams to assist local communities.
There are several key pieces here around both prevention but also treatment that will be really important to California making a significant investment in addressing homelessness.
Michelle Cabrera is the executive director of the California County Behavioral Health Directors Association. She believes the mental health money will make a big difference.
We are supportive of taking another look at the Mental Health Services Act and finding out from the 10, 15 years of experience we have with it, how can we do better by Californians more broadly.
The governor's announcement comes just days after President Trump unleashed a new series of tweets sharply criticizing the homeless situation in Los Angeles and San Francisco and Democratic leadership in California.
California has a tendency to enable bad behavior.
John Capal is president of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, a state government watchdog group. He questions how much of that $1 billion will really go to help the homeless.
We have seen certainly California has a tendency to throw money at a problem without a plan.
While in theory Capal supports this idea, he says often the state pays too much for housing.
The state has already identified that a simple structure for low-income housing for homeless people costs $230,000 per unit. That's way outside the realm of what it should cost to put up temporary housing.
But Cabrera says the need is so desperate, the money has to help.
We have to do something more. The prevention piece, we have to stop people from falling into homelessness in the first place.
Now, part of this executive order calls for both state and local governments to come up with a measuring system to see if this is really working to get people off the streets. Reporting live at the state capitol tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you.